Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I thought I would share what I'm doing for Black Friday for the Influence WP project. For those that don't know, Influence WP is a project being built, is built with the MyListing theme, and it came from the Canvas starter site, which is a product from the club. So I used my own product to create this project. And again, in this video, I wanted to share with you what I'm doing for Black Friday for partners of Influence WP, maybe just to give you a little bit of inspiration. So I don't have the Black Friday page created just yet, but I'm going to create one that's kind of like a landing page that draws attention to the Black Friday deals. But for now, I want to show you what I've done within the listings. Okay. So let's say, for example, somebody wants to go and look at a plugin. They then have the ability, there's a facet here under these checkboxes over here for features. They can check off Black Friday deal. And then, as you know, it's going to filter by any listings, in this case, plugins that have a Black Friday deal attached to them. Okay. So going into this plugin that has a Black Friday deal attached, we see on the opening details tab that we've got some products here. Deals, if you will. Okay. I've done a little bit of styling here to center this label. That is by default, my listing will shift it off to the left. So everything is nice and centered. And then the approach that I took here, and a really nice selling point, in my opinion, that's an improvement to other Black Friday systems, platforms you see out there, is a lot of times you'll see an image that has the Black Friday information put in there. So it's like, it'll have like the product name and then Black Friday sale, kind of like what you're seeing on my screen, and then like a big like 50% off. But then underneath that, they squeeze in like the dates that it's valid, the different plan levels. Sometimes they even try to squeeze in different product, and it becomes this really ugly graphic that it's hard to follow. It's confusing, all of those types of things. So the approach that I took here is allowing people to include additional deals, not just one deal where you squeeze everything into one image. Okay. And I'll show you how all of that is built. And then another thing I did was I added another tab here. So if they have a Black Friday deal, this tab will light up, and I did some special styling with it so that it stands out. So when they click into that, it's going to give them like that bigger view of what's going on. So these images will be bigger, obviously, depending on how you set it up. And again, the same styling look here. Okay, so if you didn't want to do this right here, you don't have to do it on the opening page. I just thought it would be nice to draw attention. You could just do this tab right here, or you could just not do this tab here and just do it right here. But I think this is a nice combination to draw attention and make sure that those Black Friday deals don't get missed. Okay. All right. So how did we do this? So I'm going to go back into the dashboard. Let's go over to our listing types. We will go and edit the plugin listing type. And then under fields, what I did was I used the general repeater field. So if you go down like under your custom fields, you'll have a general repeater field. So just drag that in or click on it to bring it in. I gave it a label, obviously, of Black Friday deals. And then I came down here and just said, hey, do you have any Black Friday deals? Question mark, let everyone know, exclamation point. Left the label here the same for the item name placeholder as label. That's the default setting. I disabled price because typically what you see is this. It's like an image with what the deal is, the pricing is. Okay, so I disabled the price option. We're going to keep the link there. So what that does is give you this get deal link right here, that button. We're disabling the description because we just want it all to be like in this graphic as you're used to seeing with Black Friday deal graphics. And then we disabled that. I put an image upload size minimum of 100 kilobytes. You can do whatever you guys want to do there for your own websites. There's also a code snippet you can use if you don't want to set these individually. You can just set it globally across your whole site. The club has a code snippet for that. We want to keep the images enabled because that's what gives us this nice image. And then I made sure to take this out of the listing comparison pop-up. You don't want to be displaying images and stuff like that in your listing comparison pop-ups. So if you're not familiar with that, if you're on an Explore page, let's go over here to Experts, for example, and you want to compare listings, you can click this little plus symbol here and then compare the listings. You just want the most important information in here. You don't want to just be displaying images and stuff like that. So that's why that's left out of there. And if you want, you can use package visibility and toggle this on and say, hey, you must purchase a certain level of our plans, our pricing, to be able to unlock this. So you could use that for that if you wanted. On this particular side, I'm letting anybody that's got a listing list those deals. Over on the single page, we go into our content and tabs. And then we go into the details tab, which is that very first tab. We add this general repeater block, drop that in there, and we just configure it. You can configure it however you want. I like to do the horizontal. And then you can set the number of columns on the different sizes of screens. I go 2-2-1, so 2 desktop, 2 tablet, and then 1 on mobile. And then you use the default gap between the columns. So what that is like how big is this space right here? That's really it. And you can, if you want to add an icon and do some other stuff, you can do that. But that's how I configure that. And then next up we go and I created a Black Friday deals tab. So I just added a custom tab. And then I went into the tab, gave it a label of Black Friday deals, set the layout to single column. Then I added that same general repeater block, went in here, cleared out the label. I don't want to show the label. I just want it to be nice and clean, as you see here. They already know it's a Black Friday deal because that's already lit up as the tab label. Okay, so we clear that out. We choose our Black Friday deals field that we looked at earlier. Same thing, horizontal template. But now, because this is just a single column stretched across the whole screen, we can then adjust our columns to show a little bit more. So I increased the desktop and the tablet to 3 columns each. I increased the gap between the columns by 10 pixels. So it gives a little bit more of a gap here. Do whatever you want there, obviously. And next up over to the search forms. So this is the advanced form. I then, this is a custom taxonomy I have, but it's called features. And then that's where that comes from. So if we go back to our plugins Explore page, we see that here, features, and then it's a custom taxonomy. So I'll show you that really quick. Coming back into here under listings and taxonomies, I created a custom taxonomy for plugin features. And then that's where I added Black Friday deal as one of those features, set it to only apply to the listing types of plugin. And if you read ever seen some of my videos or guides on scalability of MyListing websites, this is why I always preach to have more custom taxonomies versus going just straight categories, regions, and tags. You want to separate all of these out for scalability long term and make sure when someone clicks on one of these taxonomies, they're not going to be inadvertently showing listings for other listing types, if that makes sense. So that's a little sidebar pro tip there, but that's how I'm approaching Black Friday here. And yeah, hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment in the video here, or you can jump over in the club community. Or if you are a client of mine and you're interested in something like this, just hit me up over in Asana and we'll get you taken care of. All right, guys. See you later.